Welcome back to the channel. My name is Mike, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about how I actually bought some singles recently. I normally don't invest in singles with Pokemon because in my opinion it's just way more speculative and it's way harder to tell if things are going to do well or just completely just plummet into the ground, and especially considering the fact that we're in arguably a bubble and there's just a lot of hype and eyes on the Pokemon investing space right now. I just feel like singles are even more risky for that reason. Usually if you have sealed product, it's like, all right, if I get close to MSRP, I'm good no matter what, but singles is like there's no set price on a single card, so it's really sketchy when you buy into something because it's hard to say what something is actually worth and what the general population thinks of a card, and you know how quickly that can change. But I will say that in general I don't invest in singles, but today I actually bought a lot of singles, which is weird for me, but I'm going to go into why I think that this might be a good investment over time. We will see, and I'm curious to hear your thoughts as well on these, because realistically, I'm looking back on this and I'm like, maybe I just wasted a bunch of money. I have no idea. But let's get into it. So one of the first cards that I invested in is this 25th anniversary Lugia card. I think that this could show potential because the 25th anniversary stamp is, you know, that's kind of a big deal. The fact that it hit 25, you know, it's a big deal. I know some people think that the promo stamps are kind of ugly, and in general, I tend to sort of feel that way, but I do think that the stamps mark a special occasion, and therefore, depending on the collector, this could actually go up in price. And I do think that in general, stamps have tend to get a little more appreciation as of late than they used to. But that's just my opinion. I don't really know what I'm basing that off of. That's just what I kind of see and hear through different YouTube videos, but it's hard to tell what the real consensus is on these types of things. But yeah, I think this Lugia with the 25th anniversary stamp could go up because, again, it's an anniversary card, but more importantly, it's Lugia, and I just think for around $2 a card, it seems like it's a pretty good value. And speaking of 25th anniversary stamp from Celebrations, I have this Mew card right here. I actually thought that this is a pretty good looking artwork, and I feel like it fits the Pokemon rather well. I could see this going up in value, again, because it's an anniversary card, but also more importantly, again, because the Mew is just a super popular Pokemon, and I do think that this Mew artwork is really nice, even though it's pretty simple. And next up, I actually purchased this Groudon. This artwork kind of reminds me of the Team Magma's Groudon, which is a really cool card, but far more expensive. This one only comes in at around $1.79 with free shipping, so that is pretty awesome in my opinion. I mean, this is a holographic 25th anniversary Groudon card with some pretty cool artwork. It looks like we have some trainers on the bottom there, Team Magma, I'm assuming, but yeah, I think it's a pretty good looking card, and the fact that it's sub $2 seems like it's just a steal to me. And I actually like this card so much that I bought one for my personal collection. So that's right, I bought a Japanese version. Because if you didn't know, I also collect, and I primarily collect Japanese because that's just my thing. When I was a kid, I always thought they just seemed cooler. The fact like, whoa, this came from Japan. I don't know. I was a kid and it's stuck. I just like the Japanese cards a little bit more usually. And this is a completely random card, but this is just one for the collection, not investing. But this is a Professor's Research because I just really like how he's breaking the fourth wall and kind of writing on the card. I think it's really cool, so I got a Japanese version for myself because I just like the art. That's it. And make sure you watch till the end of this video, because while I think all of these cards are priced well, the last card on the list I got for an absolute steal. I got it for way under market value, and I'm pretty pumped on it. But in the meantime, let me talk about this sealed Magneton promo that I got. I picked up one of these because I really like the artwork. It's similar to that Magikarp artwork that everybody loved. So for the art and the fact that it's a Gen 1 Pokemon, and just the fact that I really like the work myself, I appreciate the card, I decided to pick up one of these for an investment. I'm really tempted to pick up another one for the collection because I just really like them, but I'll have to see what the prices look like in Japanese. And speaking of collection, I also should mention I did end up picking up a 25th anniversary Lugia in Japanese as well for my collection because I just couldn't help myself, and they're pretty cheap. I think it was like $1.75 before shipping, and shipping was, I don't know, $1 maybe, $1.50. But let's go back to investments for the rest of this video, and let me talk about another Lugia card that I invested in, which is actually this Lugia break card. Now, I feel like these break cards are really hit or miss. I don't know if this was the right choice. I personally think that they're not really appreciated right now. I think most people don't care about the break cards, and some people might even argue that they're ugly. But I do like a couple of them. The Marowak looks cool, and of course the Lugia looks awesome. So I picked up a handful of Lugias because I think that the Lugia, although it's more expensive than the Marowak card, will probably age better than the Marowak card, and we already see that happening now. I mean, it's more expensive than the Marowak, and that's just because I think that Lugia is a much more popular Pokemon, even though Marowak is really cool, and I consistently see it seems like Cubone. I think it's Cubone, not Marowak. I consistently see Cubone plushies around, so it seems like Cubone is coming up in popularity, and I've always appreciated Marowak, so yeah, it's a cool card, but I ended up going with the Lugia as an investment. And I'm really curious to hear what you think of all of these, but especially the break cards, because that is definitely the card that I feel like is probably the most hit or miss on this list. And the next cards that I picked up, I'm probably going to sell together, so I might as well talk about them together. And that is the 25th Anniversary Blastoise and Venusaur cards. These cards are from the Celebrations Classic Collection, and they were only about $8 to $10 per card before shipping. In the future, it'd be nice to pick up Charizards to go with all of them so I could sell all 3 evolutions as a set, but right now the Charizards are going for about $150, so I haven't purchased them just yet. Worst case scenario, I'll just sell the Venusaur and the Blastoise, but if you ask me, I think it's pretty surprising how much more popular and how much more expensive Charizards are in comparison to Blastoise and Venusaur. I mean, Charizard's cool, but I feel like when I was a kid, I probably would have picked Blastoise out of the 3 final evolutions. So I don't know, it's just surprising to me that the Charizard is sitting at $150 and the Blastoise I can get for like $10. And the last card on this list, and definitely the best deal, like I already made money on this card if I wanted to turn around and sell it right now. It was surprising that they were selling it for this cheap, but it seems to be a super clean copy of this Greninja promo. I got it for $13 before shipping. And something about Gold Star promos are like popping off recently. People have been talking about Gold Star promos so much is what it feels like, so I really think that this is one of them. It's not a sealed copy, it's not a sealed one, but it's clean, and if you're a binder collector, that's all you can really ask for, in my opinion. But you let me know, did I actually get a good deal on these, or do you think they're already pumped through the moon and they're going to crash to the ground? I'm not really sure. I have no idea what's going to happen in the future. I'm never going to be one of those YouTubers that's going to be like, this will definitely go up and you should put your life savings into it, because I just don't know, and this is just insanely speculative, and to be honest, it kind of all makes me a little nervous, but I feel like that's healthy. It's healthy to like reevaluate your situation, make sure you're not putting too much of your life savings into children's cardboard, because there are other things like the stock market and things like that. But these are some cards that I invested in because I do think that over time they will go up. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. Thank you for watching my video all the way through. I love you, and I'll see you in the next one.